Hello, my name is Mackenzie, and this is my Go React video reflection for phase 2 of D027. For this synthesis, I researched the pathopharmacology of heart disease. I used the WGU library database to research articles related to heart disease. I looked for articles that were from the past 5 years with full text and use key terms such as heart disease and medications, heart disease and treatment, etc. The most challenging aspect was making it broad enough that the general public could understand. I work with many heart failure patients, especially. My floor is oncology and medical step down, which typically includes some sort of heart disease or people in AFib, RVR, things like that. So I have a more in-depth understanding. I have certifications such as ACLS that require you to have a little bit more knowledge than the general public has on heart disease. So making it broad enough that people could understand what a beta blocker was without going into too much detail between the differences in beta blockers was kind of challenging for me. Also making it broad enough with treatments and diagnostics such as echocardiograms and just plainly stating what that is and not in depth of what we're looking for different diseases was hard for me. But it was good exercise for me to have. The key takeaway was the importance of educating patients on lifestyle changes at the first diagnosis. I typically see heart disease patients when they've been diagnosed for months or years, unless it's an unknown AFib of some kind. Usually reinforcing education is my job because some patients either don't adhere to their treatment plan or they don't understand why it is so important, such as taking a daily weight or recording their blood pressure at home so that we can get a good baseline and change their medications if needed. So really having extra time at that initial appointment of diagnosing whatever heart disease they may have is crucial. The feedback that I received from actually a fellow nurse that had been a nurse for 40 years, she talked about how important it is to educate heart failure patients specifically because there's so much education behind heart failure about fluid restrictions, daily weights, and regular blood pressures, as well as a low sodium diet and what it means when a can says low sodium instead of just low salt, and how much salt is still in it is very important to understand. As heart disease is a broad term, I had not included heart failure things very specifically initially, but after we talked about it a little bit, I did include it in my synthesis because it is important for other types of heart disease as well. So that's my review.